Alright guys, back in the second game. It is Puzzle versus TheBest. The Protoss player to the bottom left of Whirlwind is already down one map here, the WCS Challenger League Qualifier. And starting to the top left, we have the player for Team FXO ahead in the best of 3 series. If he edges out another win, then he will find himself in the finals.
Yep. And it just looked really strong with that SCV pull timing attack last game. Absolutely great timing there. Hits before 3-3 is done. It's a later version of the attack. It's a little bit tricky. I like that decal he's using with the skull. If you have the Collector's Edition, you can have that.
Oh, is it actually a Collector's Edition
Yep.
decal?
And it works for all 3 races as well, so you can use it with Zerg, Terran, or Protoss.
I didn't like it all that much, that's why I never really looked into it. The Collector's Edition that I have was mainly because I definitely wanted to have that Ultralist.
Ultralist is sick, man. I'm blame you for that.
It's like, ooh, yeah. I like that a lot.
I have 2 not 2 Ultras, 2 Collector's Edition
Yeah,
accounts.
me too. I have like the Korean box, and then I have for my Smurf account, my barcode ID, I actually bought the digital deluxe version.
And it's kind of like crazy that I got both. Like, it's like, well, does it really matter if you have the skin? I'm like, at the end of the day, yeah. Actually, it does matter.
Does.
So
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like, we are like at the top tier of StarCraft casters, and it's like, why would we not have Collector's Edition? I mean, come on, like StarCraft is our job. We should have collectors.
Yeah. We have gas first here, so gas first for TheBest, a little bit of an unusual choice. We have currently no expansioner from TheBest at all. So we have a gas first for TheBest, and we have the barracks now being built, so a very aggressive build order. But Puzzle is lucky enough to scout him on the first position, and that's always awesome as a Protoss player, especially when your opponent goes into the gas first.
And when you get to see before he gets the depot wall on you. So he has all the information he needs now to respond, and we'll probably see one base robotics from him. He can try a risky Nexus after seeing this, and then just hope that he has everything ready, like make sure he has the sentries on the ramp in case it's a Hellion drop, but I think in Heart of the Storm that's too much of a risk at this point in the metagame.
Yeah. Bottom left of the map now we have Puzzle with the double gas. He's doing the 2-in-2 with gas going into the cybernetics core here. And so far TheBest doesn't really know where he spawned, but he of course has an inkling. He's going to the bottom left right now trying to find out what exactly Puzzle did, getting those scouting information.
Yep. Really just trying to get that view at the very least of the Nexus. And now he's going to see no Nexus, and we'll just walk right in. And there's nothing Puzzle can do to stop him, as his first Stalker is only just now being started.
Yeah, top left right now for the Terran player. We have him going into the reactor. Bottom left now the SCV, of course, with all the information that he needs. Still the mothership core. And we have seen so much aggression by Protoss players today, especially on Daybreak. But you can also do this on a map like Whirlwind if you have the scouting position early on. Just sending the mothership core out, going in with 1 or 2 Stalkers, and do so much, especially with this high ground vision.
I really like TheBest's build because he was scouted so early. He feels, you know, a little bit unlucky and a little bit pressured by this, and just pulls out of gas and does a very quick reactor expand, which is the last thing that Puzzle is going to expect. So Puzzle's Nexus is a little bit delayed by this, and he's even reluctant to pressure with his first units because he doesn't know exactly what's going to come out of that factory that he expects to be there, but it's just a tricky reactor span. So TheBest takes the fact that he knows his opponent saw his early gas and changes his build because of it.
Yeah. We have TheBest now going into this factory, already started his command center, Puzzle immediately going into this Nexus, and still the mothership core on its way, can at least try to maybe even delay the mining here with the time warp, can also try to take down 1 or 2 of the SCVs. Has to be careful though, if those Marines get a good grip on the mothership core, and there they are already, then the mothership core might go down, so immediately Puzzle says, well, it's okay for now, and retreats.
You use grid, Khaldor?
No.
Okay, but your keys are in grid.
Yeah,
I was just curious about that.
A friend of mine was playing, and I told her that she should get the grid hotkeys to...
It's actually better to learn grid, you're correct.
She never really played, and so she wanted to learn StarCraft, and I told her that she should do grid, but I personally use the normal hotkeys.
Okay, that makes sense, because you're a Warcraft 3 guy, so I thought it was weird you would play grid.
But if you start playing and in a game where grid is an option, I think grid is the easier choice.
Yeah, I agree. I was just curious about that because I didn't see you as a grid guy.
It's actually good that you pointed out, because if I would have let up now, I probably wouldn't have realized it up to the point where I started playing.
Robo goes down, by the way, first before the 2 gates. Something that we've seen quite often tonight and this afternoon.
Yep. Safer option here. And what we see for the best is, of course, now the star pod. And he has a lot of options here, and he's going into Widow Mine, something that we've seen very often today. And with a good drop, and of course also a nice micro with your Widow Mines, you can always borrow them at a point where the harvest line is under so much pressure. So this is definitely a huge threat for every Protoss player out there. One of the reasons why we see so many early cannons in the game now.
Yeah, it's so smart to make that cannon. We saw how much of a big difference it made last game. And Puzzle may go for a cannon again. Looks like the best is just going into a very similar composition, not getting there the same way, but getting to the same place in this game with just a few Widow Mines out right when the medevac comes, so he can go for that Marine Widow Mine drop the exact same way he did it last game. Will it be spotted this time? Puzzle has an observer going across, but it's very slow.
We have everywhere just a few units in the mineral lines. The observer to the right side, we also see one pylon just positioned so that he can see an incoming drop. The observer here knows at least that there are a few Marines rallied across the map, so he knows already that something is happening, and now he turns to the left immediately. He's like, those Marines are not what you're sending out against me. There has to be a dropship too, so he moves to the left, sees the drop. Perfect play by Puzzle here.
The best is just doing literally the exact same build 2 games in a row when it comes to how his timings work out. He hits with the Widow Mine drop and the Marine move out at the exact same time. This time he may drop at the same base. Well, he distracts these units, but with the Nexus cannon, I just don't see it. The force fields are too good.
Great force fields, but here comes immediately the Medivac with the speed boost, going into the main base, trying to drop those Widow Mines, but there is the Nexus cannon trying to pull that off. Here, immediately the observers, they are ready, but he has to target.
Yeah, he does have to target, and finally he does. Both Widow Mines go down. The first one gets one Stalker, but this is terrible for the best.
Yeah, this is horrible. Like, Puzzle completely bitch slapped him here.
Bust down to 48 supply.
He lost everything.
Yeah, I mean, he literally lost everything with killing one Stalker.
I don't even know. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if he killed anything at all. I mean, the Marines were force fielded out right away. In the main base, you could see the Nexus cannon doing the job, so that was horrible for the best. Puzzle is in such a lead right now.
Yeah, with the Twilight Council going down, it looks like he's actually going to go for the late game regardless. When I saw the 3 gates, I was thinking maybe he just tries to kill him with 1-1 and some Colossi, but I think he is going to go for the late game with that Twilight. Going to get charge and go into the 2-2 upgrades. The best is so behind right now. Even his +1 is a little bit further behind than he would like it to be.
For Puzzle, this is awesome. 53 to 45 harvesters now. His economy is looking strong. He has a good tech coming up. Twilight Council, Robo, 1-1. All the upgrades lined up. The best doesn't, at this point, not even have Combat Shield and Stimpack. It's not like he can be aggressive with anything. He lost everything with his drop.
Yeah.
This was the entire force that he sent out to occupy his opponent. He started with an early gas in this game, and this was the push that was designed to make up for it.
Yeah, this is... I mean, the best could not be in a worse position if he tried, but he has to make the best out of it. He has the ability to make...
that pun.
I didn't even think of that. I'm serious, like my mind was somewhere else, but he has to make a 3rd command center and stop being a supply block, because that's happened to him several times in a row now. He doesn't have the resources to manage everything as easily as he would be normally.
He actually moves out, and it looks like he tries to be aggressive again, maybe from a different angle this time. The combat shield is done, and Stim will be done with this attack too.
No concussive shells, as that was not done either.
No, it should be done now. Oh, concussive shells, sorry, I thought you meant combat shield, my bad.
Almost done.
Here comes the army. We don't have the range upgrade just yet for the Colossus, but still, this is a huge army, and Charge is going to finish.
Yeah, and in fact, if the best is caught out in the middle of the map with this tiny, puny army that he has, this is going to be disastrous. Oh, he baits him. Force fields are good, and oh, this could be the end of the best here in game number 2. He barely gets through there.
Yeah, he finds a gap, and he immediately moves back. Now we have +2/+2 started for Puzzle. And this is horrible for the best. In the last game, he could really make up for the fact that he was behind in upgrades, but now he doesn't even start the +1 armor upgrade, and he is miles away from getting a 2nd engineering bay and going into +2/+2.
Yeah.
Even Storm is now coming.
Storm is on the way.
Puzzle.
3rd Nexus is uncontested, and it never will be. Not with Puzzle having good map awareness. Look at his observer placements. He's got 3 in a row just down the side, and a 4th one on the left side. How many observers does he have in total?
5.
5 observers.
Pulling apart in here.
So he has total vision.
That is definitely what Parting did back in the days when he played in the Code A Qualifier for the first time. And right now, as you can see, with Storm finishing +2/+2 finishing long before we have the first armor upgrade being started, it doesn't really look like there's much to do for the best. I think he might actually just start to pull his SCVs and go for it, and that's what he does. He's pulling the SCVs, he's trying to pull that off. look at the timings here. Storm will be done with a good chrono boost. There is no way that this is going to work.
He's got a 10 supply lead in Army. He's getting some good volleys off on this Colossus. One more volley will do it. Nicely done, but that was it. Now he has to deal with the Zealots. The Vikings are dead weight, and here we go. Stim a bit too early. The Vikings land to dodge, but the Storm is good!
He has 6 High Templars, and he is taking him apart. TheBest has to be so careful right now. He might have a shot to take down the third base, but moving into the natural, no way.
And those Storms are excellent yet again. The SCV is
Oh
eating the worst of them, and that's going to be a puzzle. Will tie up the series.
Yeah, definitely. This is a massacre right here. He is taking him out. He's killing every single unit on the field. 63 supply against 130.
Zealot flank here. The medevacs are starting to fall.
This
is certainly game. Not a chance in the world for TheBest at this point. The Observer sees everything, sees how small that army is. All he has to do is force field one more time, take them out, or wait for another round of Zealots and finish them off for sure. He could even go for Stalkers at this point. Just being very cautious. He knows the game is won. He's killed all of TheBest's SCVs. He's down to 11.
Yeah, he's chasing the army back. He's reinforcing with round after round. Just swapped in another set of Zealots. His +2/+2 is also done. GG. And Puzzle takes game and doesn't advance the next round, but forces game number 3 with,